on a new site. We got a nice little garage, 4-foot frost walls, 36 by 36.8. Existing house is over here. Existing garage doors right there, and these are new garage doors coming out, and everything's laid out. Let's get digging. Blue line is my over dig. We got 5-foot trench going in, 3 foot for the over dig. This is a block foundation, so we're giving 3 foot in the outside, 2 foot to the inside. The masons will be laying the blocks from the outside. We're gonna dig down here, go to existing footing. It should be 56 inches down from top of wall. We got the Busa, we got the Mini Boss PC35, and the SVL 90 Kubota. There was a blacktop driveway here where everything is brown now. We put it there. All the dirt on site is going there. That's why I have the Busa. It's about 110 yards coming out of here, and I didn't want to keep tracking back and forth with the skid steer. And this is right down the road from our shop, so easy mobilization. We're gonna start in this corner here, dig down, and get to it. All right, we got a little hole dug here. It's all clay here, so it's sticking to the foundation. You got to get tight and fold it down. We got to expose that footing. Like I said, it's probably 6 blocks down, which is 48, and then they're 8-inch blocks. So this is just the one return that goes back in, and this is why I brought the Busa here, just because I can load all this dirt out. I have no place to put it, and it all has to go over there, and it is what it is. Position yourself so you can reach out with the teeth all the way, so that's your furthest point, so you don't curl the bucket into, when you go to curl, you don't curl the bucket like that, it will get closer. So if your teeth are at your farthest point, this is anytime you go up to a structure you don't want to hurt. Did a lot of years digging against block foundation, against sliding glass windows and all that, and you got to put those teeth right to the edge, and then, like I said, pull away. You curl, the bucket actually goes backwards for a little bit, you know. Well, let me get this exposed and we'll get right back with you. Just exposed the pipes and established grade down there. Just got to cut this about 6 inches. Pull it back. This is where the gutter was dumping out, so I'm sure this is the wettest part, I hope, next to that foundation. It dries up from there, but we'll pull this and then set the laser on the boom and get going. It's always slow just figuring out your height elevation, especially when you're dealing with going to existing. Gotta make sure everything's right. Oh yeah, Mini Boss is speeding up now. She was just in an awkward position. Now she's getting after it. But you gotta, when you run out of height and you're trying to move the boom and stuff, it slows you down big time. You're trying to work your way around that, but if you got the swing power and the room and all that stuff, she ain't bad. She's doable. I mean, I bought this machine just for septic systems and little stuff like this, just as a filler machine, because the 88 is a pain. I got to use the Kenworth to move it. It's got metal tracks, so I don't take some jobs because of the issue there with blacktop and everything else. We got a little rock or concrete in the ground here. Ooh. Solid corner right there. Wow. We'll leave that. We'll have to work around that one. But I'm glad it loads the sticky stuff. Glad it loads the Busa comfortably. And the Busa, you know, it's just a handy tool to have. They're pricey to buy new. I mean, they're a couple $100,000, these trucks. It's crazy what they get for them, but they're well built. You know, Elite's got one, and He's about the only other YouTuber that's got one. I was the first one to have one. You know, you could buy a big full-size off-road Volvo cheaper than these things, but you'll never get one of those trucks here. You know, it's just not cost-effective or even doable as far as the ground conditions. This thing fully loaded on grass doesn't even leave an imprint. I just ordered 2 new tires for the back, and they're friggin' $3 now a pop. But I couldn't even get the same tread pattern. It's like limited. It's a weird size, so it's limited what I could get. But they're definitely radials I got, not the bias, which lasts 3 times longer. So I'll put the 2 other brand new ones in the front and put the other tread different pattern in the back. Should look good, and I'm getting a price on some fenders, front fenders. If not, I'll make a set. They're only metal, and then maybe paint it. I got 2 hub seal axle seals I got to replace in the back. I just ordered those. They're weeping pretty good. Because I got projects where I got to use this thing, you know. It's moving a lot of dirt on these houses. It's a lot easier to have a Busa. There ain't no doubt. Yeah, that's a rock right there. We're going to get the booms laser on this and be able to pull it through. Alright, finally getting repositioned. I say finally, a couple minutes later, but it's all about getting your position. So I put my tracks, when you're doing a 5-foot wide trench with a 2-foot bucket, you don't want to go even parallel with it with your tracks. Go horizontal so that you can get the whole line back and forth. Set yourself up like this, or you know, or put the Busa there, but I got my laser. So then you can just come over like this, easy, and get this line. Instead of trying to dig out a little bit of angle, you'll be dead on that line and straight every time. That's how I do it. And then your paint marks stay, you know, otherwise you're going to be, it's just not a neat trench, it's not efficient. This is just the way to do it. It's how I did all these grocery store, the commercial site, you know. When you got a wide trench and you want straight lines, horizontal with the tracks. But we're good to go now. Everything's hooked up on the boom, and that'll give me enough to get rocking and rolling. Check grade before you move. 90 degrees, bucket all the way open, and green light on the boom. You guys can't see that green light because it's on the other side. Dead grade right there. Just make sure all your banks are pulled back because you won't be able to get back in here. Just like this. You don't want no. If it rains, you know, everything. Rain, cave-ins, just causes yourself more work in the end. So just get all the fluff off the edges, rocks. You don't want nobody to trip. And then, you know, masons really complain when dirt goes down their butt crack, that's for sure. All right, she's coming along nice and nice. All sand here, which was nice, so we saved it for here for backfill. And this grade has to come up anyways because it's 30-inch difference, so we only got to expose one block to get the coverage. Everything else is looking good. This end will probably be like that, a little more clay. Homeowner said they had this filled at one point when they first moved in the 80s. So let's get this last leg. Got to pull 5 foot off of the house, you know. I think the measurement's 5'8" on the print with our overdig 8'8". All right, same thing on this side. Just do that blue line. We're hugging the front. We're probably gonna hit that pipe now that I know the pipe is on the. Got a little metal pole behind me. Hang on, I gotta go take that out of the ground. Now that I know the pipe is on top of the footing, we won't hit it. All right, a little better setup. A lot of moving in and out, jumping in and out of machines when you're by yourself. Just to get the fine-tune adjustment, you know. It ain't like, hey, back up a little. Oh, it's me, you know. But whatever, it is what it is, all part of it. I do miss having help, but then days that I don't need help, I don't miss it, you know. Trying to make work up just to keep the guys busy. Got a little overhang above me, gotta watch that. That's nice about this little machine. For stuff like that, it's definitely a lot easier than the 88. And like I said, the telemetry on this machine is so much better than the 88. But the way the boom is, the boom actually comes up and then up again, where the 88 goes up and then starts to go down, which really, I don't even know why they would make something like that. It's kind of like that in the big excavators too with Komatsu. That's why I don't think I could get a 170 or a 210. I've been looking at 210s and 220s. I almost actually bought a Volvo 220. Talked to Let's Dig on about it. It was a good deal. I only had literally 2 minutes to make the decision because a guy was buying it from Alabama and it was right down the road for me, but it had its flaws, man. If I'm going to spend that kind of money, I want it at least where I don't have to repaint it. You know what I mean? I understand repainting counterweights, but when you start repainting panels and it's faded out everywhere and just little things here and there. Mechanically, it was good. The boom at the boss in the bottom of the stick was more out. It only had 2,900 hours, but I don't know what the previous, it shouldn't have been as loose as it was, but I'm still working on the Koboko 210, and then we'll see, because you know, 170 I was gonna get, and this and that, and it's like, you know, keep the 160 and use the 210 when you need it. Them houses with big rocks, and you know, you need a bigger machine. I used to have a 200, so I know what it's about. It just sucks that I gotta pay people to move my equipment at that point, but unless I get a 30-ton trailer, then I'll tug that girl around. And then I got a text from Neil Koch, Dig DIY, last night on a tilt attachment he was looking for the skid steer, what I got, so I sent him the link, and we were BSing a while about it, but I think he'd be in good hands with that attachment I got. Not too many people have that on YouTube, and I'll tell you, it's a life changer, game changer when you got a tilt bucket on the skid steer. It's just like, you know, tilt bucket on a excavator, changes the whole dynamic of the machine. So can't wait to see if he gets it. Alright, on the last leg here, ready to close out this corner, you gotta play that right so you can still bridge it, especially with a Mini. Leave your corner piece enough to get your tracks the way I got it. Don't dig that left side that's coming towards me all the way. basically, and then we'll dig it out. All right, on the last corner of virgin ground here, and the rest is all fluff in the hole. Like I said, you just got to position yourself left or right to set yourself up to do this closeout. Give yourself enough room to work on both sides of the trench. Like I can go back in where the bucket is right there now and pull the other spoils to me. But everything's loose. Right here is the only part that was virgin, this last little corner. The machine grade's good though. It's easy to hold grade for sure. So that's going to be nice. Totally different than the 88. This one's a lot smoother. 88, like I said, the telemetry on that boom. I'll show you when I got them side by side what I mean. All right, at the end of the day, we got ourselves a hole for some footings. Just reshot it with the stick laser. I double check everything, so you got 2 lasers going, that way you know you got it. But it was dead perfect, you know, within an inch, and just fine tune it. Get the rocks away from your edges, and yeah, this one should be ready to go.